Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia. I am a mom of 3 small little girls. I have a kindergartner or almost kindergartner named Lydia, a preschooler named Eliza, and a 7-month-old named Mary Jo. Today I wanted to show you how I combined our playroom to be a homeschool room as well. So this is the room itself. This carpet actually used to come out all the way here, but when I set this up, I wanted a distinction between the play area and the school area. It doesn't really matter because my girls still kind of play everywhere, but there's just something about having that distinction that makes it really helpful. So we will start on this wall. So over here we have this is our bookshelf. Obviously I have all of our books, and my children also get a subscription to the Highlights magazine and the National Geographic Children's. We put all the magazines up top because they were down here, but the baby likes to crawl and tear them up. She can't quite pull these out yet because she hasn't realized she has to lift them up, so we just keep them here. Those books are safe for now. Hopefully she will eventually learn not to do that. I haven't figured out how to teach her, so if you have an idea, please let me know. Up here I have, a neighbor gave this to me a few years ago, but I still felt like my kids were a little too young for it. But I just hung it up with a command hook. And then it has little things here, and you match the card, you match the picture with the letter. And they really enjoy playing with that. And then over here, I haven't done anything with this yet, but I plan to. Girls know we were born here, or they were born here in Louisiana, but eventually I'd like to put pictures of family and where they live and friends and all that. And then maybe this fall we'll do a study about the United States. I really like Montessori method for practical life skills, and I like all the major lights in our house where my kids need them have stools. This is a potty stool that I actually used to potty train my kids, but it works as a stool, so I just figure why spend more money on a regular stool. So that's there. This right here is our school table. It took me a while to find what I wanted on Amazon because most of the school tables were like $300 or $400 or more. But then again, most of the regular kid tables were for like little kids. And we already had one of those. And so I wanted something that my girls could grow into. And this table actually worked out almost perfect. So as you can see, it has these little cubbies down here. And then these chairs are a lot bigger than the chairs of their smaller table. But it worked out because they can put their stuff in here. We can do school. They can write, because you see they play, they use their Legos, they build. And so this table works out. The only thing I'm not, it was only about $166 on Amazon. The thing I'm not happy about is that it chips really easy. I mean, we've had this since March and it's already got some dings in it. So I might buy some, I forget what it's called, but it's like that plastic sheet that you can put on it. I don't know, I haven't gotten there yet. This right here is a Melissa and Doug calendar. It had another board the same size, but it was all white, and the extra magnets would hang out down there, but we just didn't need it, so I cut it off and I put all the magnets in a basket. And then we just go through this every day. So moving on over here, we have, this is kind of our imagination wall, if you will. We don't call it that, but just to give you an idea. And then in here, they have a couple dresses for dress up. I think there's Aurora, Anna, and Elsa. We have just some little odds and ends. I think they have some capes, fairy wings, shoes, little stick ponies, and there's some purses and necklaces and all that in there. This is our new kitchen area. We did have another one, but they kind of outgrew it. And trying to fit all this stuff in there just made it look so cluttered, and I hated it. So I had this shelf already, but we weren't really using it. So I bought this, I sold the other one, and I used that money to buy the Melissa and Doug cooktop. It does look like like one of those cooktop grills, but this works just as good. It came with these little foods right here, which we did not have, and then olive oil, salt, pepper, this little meal card, and then some cooking utensils. And then under here, I stored their, like, those are mixing bowls and tin pans. I got those from the Dollar Tree. The picnic basket, and these are just tools, but I thought it was kind of relevant to have tools out, so that way they can kind of make that connection. All of our food is in there. Dishes, cups, pots, pans, and then this little shopping basket also has their utensils. Over there, some brooms. I have some hand brooms, regular brooms, and then their aprons and hats. This was for the baby. I pulled it out of the shed a few weeks ago, and it's got a lot of fun little things. I think I got this at a thrift store. I don't think they even make these anymore, but this has lasted me 3 children. And for the most part, it still works. It's got some spinny things, and it does talk. I just don't have it on right now. Oh, I guess it does. This one doesn't work as good as it used to. I think it has a short in it because the light switch on the other side doesn't work. But it's open, close, and it just does fun little motor skills that they can do. Behind this chair, I just keep this little Calico Critters house, their stroller, and their baby bouncer. This chair is where we rock the girls at night. There's a chair in their bedroom, but when one kid goes to sleep, we need another chair to rock the other children in. And so we usually come in here, and it's also nice just having a place for grown-ups to sit in this area. This is my computer. I thought it was more relevant to have it in here rather than the office, just because, you know, I can use the chair. I usually just scoot my chair up over here and sit with the girls. It's another place for a grown-up to sit. And if I need to work or print something off, I don't have to go in and bother my husband. If he's working, I can just print off from my computer, and then we're good to go. I also have, I don't know if you can see it, but I have my laminator under there, pencil sharpener, some of my favorite books that I'm reading. And then this is our homeschool shelf that I like to call it. I bought this back in the spring before we started our homeschool journey, as they call it. And I just wanted a place to put all my extra books and a few other fun things. So up here we have a critter cage. This is called an abacus, something. You do math with it. And I think of this, I found this at a thrift store, so I thought it'd be awesome for the girls when they start math. This is our globe, but it's pretty close, so we talk about it a lot. Yeah. These Childcraft books I bought from a neighbor at her yard sale. She had these with her kids, and they were in such good condition. So we just read from these every day. I do the poems and rhymes during school, and then the stories and fables we read at night. But we'll probably work our way through all of these. I think that'll be fun, and they really like those. And then these are just little, I don't know what these are. I don't know if they're clay or what, but I found these at a thrift store, and so I just got these, and then they'll paint these one day. These are some sight reader books that I use for my oldest. We actually sponsor a child through World Vision, and they send us different magazines, and my goal is to eventually read these to my girls. We haven't gotten there yet, but it's on our to-do list. And then I just have some more books that I want to eventually get into reading with them. A lot of nature stuff, like this was like looking inside the earth. This is like swamps and stuff, and I think some of this is Abeka, like health and discovering God's world, Antarctica. These are all just different things that I think would be really interesting to my girls. On this, we call this our nature shelf. These flowers I actually pulled from our yard, and we sat down and we looked at them, and we just saw the differences in the flowers and the leaves and the roots. And as you can see, they're very different. And then I just dried and pressed them. This is one Lydia found. I think it's called a Camilla, and she picked it up and she wanted to press it, so we did. And then this is the frame she chose. And these are just little Dollar Tree. We got these little unicorns at the Dollar Tree, and then some paint and glitter, and they went to town. And they were really proud of them, so we displayed them here. Big fat pine cone. We actually found these I think these are feathers from a red hawk that we found. So we just brought them in and looked at them. It was really fun. This is my homeschool basket. I have a video on that if you want to look at that. And then I just keep these down here. I didn't have anything to put here because the baby, she gets into all the lower shelves. So I just put these little things down here for her. She can... All right, moving on to our closet. This does look like a huge mess, and sometimes I feel like it is, but I try not to think too much about it or I get overwhelmed. But basically up here is just a bunch of stuff that I use when I need my kids to have some quiet time. In here I keep like little Dollar Tree puzzles, and then we just pull them down and they can do some puzzles by themselves, or even with us. It's a good way to spend time with them. Floor puzzles and games, which we can sometimes play as a family. Play-Doh. There is a water mat right there where they have like little pins with water, and whenever the water touches the mat, the colors come up, and my girls love that. There's two Mr. Potato Heads. I never thought Mr. Potato Head would entertain my kids so much, but it really does. We got wood blocks. The Jenga blocks I use if one kid wants to play with the wood blocks. I'll give the Jenga blocks to another kid, or you can take those to a doctor's appointment and your kids will be entertained without a screen. Yes, how many parents are looking for that? Parent hack. In here we have a ton of Legos, and then back there is Christmas stuff, which only comes out during Christmas. But again, all this stuff, a great way to keep kids quiet and entertained without screens. Is entertained a good word? Let's try busy. Keep them busy. So these are built-in shelves. I think this is part of the closet that came when they turned this room into a bedroom. But up here I keep, my kids know that these two shelves are mommy shelves. Up here I just keep, again, a lot of the stuff is to keep them busy, but I also keep some school supplies like pencils, erasers, scissors, colored pencils. Some of the stuff I will take out if they ask for it. And then these are their shelves. We got a wooden train, magnetic tiles. There's some puppets in the back. All things like money. There's like money, stuff you would keep in your wallet. I gave them some coupons to play with, and all that stays in there. And then this is their baby stuff. Baby clothes, baby accessories, bathtub babies, doctor stuff, all things baby. And then my kids love collecting stuff. Like, people give them stuff all the time, or they make stuff, and so they just keep it. So it's a mess right now, but the goal was that I give them a shoebox, and they can keep all their little treasures in a shoebox, and when the shoebox starts overflowing, they have to get rid of it. What looks like we're going to need to go through it again. But this is stuff that they just collect. They're like little squirrels. They like have little treasures of things. Here we just have, these are the dolls that go with the little house I showed you, and the furniture that goes with it. And then some things that Eliza got this little princess set for her birthday 2 years ago, something like that. This is a car that goes with it, and this is just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Over here we have this bar. This is it's a gymnastics bar that we got them for Christmas. That is a Bloxy couch, but it's like the small one. I think when I bought it for Christmas, like, everybody had bought out the foam couches because of the pandemic. And so I literally got the last one, or at least it said I got the last one on Amazon. And then we have a balance beam. And so these come out, they fold out, and the girls love them. And then this is a unicorn that I got Eliza for her birthday. And she can sit on it, she can ride it, and it sings, which gets really annoying really fast. All right, so that is the tour of our homeschool, play school room, homeschool room.